name is Will. Welcome to the channel, first and foremost. On this channel, you're going to see draft stuff, football talk, all that good stuff. So if you love football and you love the draft, you love college football, NFL, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. So today I am doing a one-round mock draft, just my first one-round mock draft. Not my first, but my first that I've recorded. I've done a lot of mock drafts so far. Uh, so yeah, uh, we can get right into it. No trades in this one. I'll probably do one with trades in the future. Uh, I watch. I try to do a player a day. Uh, so yeah, I watch a lot of film on guys, so I should know what I'm talking about. But the thing with the draft, with mock drafts, is no one is ever 100% right. But it's more of just a guideline to what teams are trying to do in the draft. Yeah, here we go. So first pick, you have Aiden Hutchinson, Kayvon Thibodeaux on the board. That's to me, those guys are 1A, 1B. Jacksonville recently just moved into that number one spot uh, after Houston picked up a big win against them, actually. Um, and then the Lions also picked up a win against the Cardinals, so they're going to be up in that one spot. Really, with this pick, I mean, they can go anywhere here. I like, I mean, obviously Hutchinson, Thibodeaux, 1A, 1B. So, I mean, flip a coin. Who do you like more? Personally, I like Thibodeaux more. Uh, I feel like around this time, around draft time, he's going to be the number one guy. I know Hutchinson has been the number one guy, but as of recent, but I think Thibodeaux will be up there. Next up is the Lions. We're gonna go Hutchinson here. Makes sense. They need a lot. They have a lot of needs. Hutchinson is an awesome freaking playmaker. Uh, Terrific technically, and yeah. Now number three is Houston here. This one's kind of tough. I kind of want to go with tackle if I can find where is. I kind of want to go Evan Neal here. I mean, Evan Neal, I don't know why on this draft board he fell. I mean, although Icky is very good at rising up a lot of boards, Evan Neal is still the number one guy, just purely based off size and talent. Uh, I also could go Stingley here, but I'm not. I mean, we don't know. Stingley has a lot of question marks around him right now, especially with that injury. I mean, we got to see how he tests out. Obviously, he's gonna test well. But I'm gonna go Evan Neal here. Uh, Protect Davis Mills or whoever you got back there. Uh, Now the Jets. I kind of like Kyle Hamilton. It is a little early to be drafting safety, but the thing about Kyle Hamilton is he is just a blue chip prospect. I mean, you got to kind of throw away positional value when it comes to this guy. I mean, Kyle Hamilton's probably the best player in this draft, for being honest. It just comes down to positional value. Um, so I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go Kyle Hamilton here. The Jets. Dave Gettleman probably will still be the GM. Maybe, probably not. But if this is a Dave Gettleman pick, I mean, you gotta address the trenches because that's a Dave Gettleman esque pick. Um, Honestly, either way, I'm going Icky here, no matter who their GM is. Um, Icky's an awesome prospect, very raw, a lot of talent, decent size. You gotta love a guy like Icky. I've been very high on him all year. DeMarvin Leal, fallen down a lot of draft boards. He's put on a lot of bad weight, but I mean that's nothing that you know NFL coaching can't fix. I almost want to go him just because that seems uh, like the Giants kind of pick, but Karloftis is also here. Uh, I don't know if I like the scheme fit as far as George Karlaftis. I think DeMarvin Leal is a better scheme fit. I think he can play more of that 3 to 5 tech, better in that defense. So I'm gonna go with him. Next up, we have the Panthers. I really want to go O line with this pick. I feel like that is by far their biggest need. Um, there's a guy like Charles Cross and Kenyon Green. I feel like tackle is just has more value, obviously. So I'm gonna go with him. I've made that pick a lot with mocks. Next up, the Jets are picking again. Uh, it's kind of weird to go secondary back to back early picks, but I mean, I just love the idea of pairing Kyle Hamilton and Derek Stingley. I also could go George Karlaftis with this pick, um, but I think I'm gonna go Stingley here, and then Falcons. I'm, oof. Yeah, Falcons definitely need a pass rush, but I also just love the idea of pairing Andrew Booth Jr. with AJ Terrell. They do need a number 2 corner to go along with AJ Terrell, who's had a fantastic year. Uh, really picked it up at the end of last year, and it definitely carried over into this season. But that pass rush, it needs some help. So I'm gonna go Karlaftis here. I like Karlaftis fit with the Eagles a lot more, but yeah. So at this is where I kind of want to go Booth Jr. Booth Jr. is actually the second or third corner on my board, I should say. I do like Ahmad Garner a lot more than I like Andrew Booth, but Andrew Booth is gonna test pretty well. Very lengthy guy, uh, and Ahmad Garner's just fallen down a lot of guys' draft boards. So personally, if I was the Eagles, I would definitely go Gardner, but I'm not, and I think they're gonna go Booth here. Uh, Next up is the football team. Now, this one is a little tricky. I 100% like a month ago probably would have gone quarterback here, but uh, I mean I think this is a really bad draft to go quarterback with, and I think Taylor Heineke has earned himself maybe another year. I mean the play has been amazing, but I think it's earned him another year, especially with a quarterback class like this. I really like Kenyon Green a lot, so that's what I'm going to do here. They need O line help. Brandon Sheriff might not be on the team next year, so if Brandon Sheriff leaves 100%, I'm going Kenyon Green. If not, I'm probably still going that way. Jalen Hurts kind of sucks. I'm going to say it. Jalen Hurts kind of sucks. I kind of want to go Matt Corral here. I also wouldn't mind going edge. Ajabo's here. Ajabo is just a freaking raw athletic specimen. Just an amazing athlete. Garrett Wilson is also here, but I don't want to go receiver. What is it now? 3 years in a row. Uh, I mean, this is a tough pick, but I'm gonna go Matt Corral here. Uh, Matt Corral, I mean, I love his release. You love the arm strength. You love the raw just talent that he has. But I mean, his mental processing his accuracy is wishy-washy at times. But I mean, he's a very high upside guy. Next up is the Broncos. Uh, this one's kind of tough. I kind of want to go Kenny Pickett here. Because I think Kenny Pickett, I mean, he is the most NFL ready guy out of all these quarterbacks. You don't love the arm strength but you or really like the arm talent in general. I mean, he's got generally good accuracy. Um, Kenny Pickett has been my favorite quarterback to watch though this year. I mean, he's just a playmaker. Reminds you a lot like when you're watching him, you just think of Joe Burrow, right? Obviously not that caliber of a player, but still, I mean, I feel like Kenny Pickett. You just need a guy. You just need a quarterback who can, game manage. I feel like that's Kenny Pickett. I mean, when you got that good of a defense, you can afford to get some lackluster quarterback play. So I'm gonna go Kenny Pickett here. This pick is very easy for me. It's Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's the best quarterback or best wide receiver in this class. I've been saying that since day one. It was between Wilson and Olave, and I think Wilson just beat him out. A lot of people like mocking receivers at this pick to Cleveland, but I feel like edge is just a much more pressing need, especially if Clowney leaves, which is a very big possibility. So this is kind of tough for me. Um, so I'm gonna go with Jabo here. Um, I I mean I already talked about Ojabo. He's freaking jumped up draft boards. He definitely has benefited from playing on the opposite side of Hutchinson, but still just such raw athleticism at the edge position that you rarely see. Um, Next up is the Raiders. Kind of want to go O line with this pick. Jordan Davis just seems like a Raiders pick for whatever reason. I'm not very high on Jordan Davis, by the way, though. He's a two down defensive lineman to me. He doesn't have any pass rushing upside. Great in the run game, but still just a two down guy for me. Uh, they could also go receiver here or corner, which I might do either of those. Linderbaum would be awesome though. Replace Rodney Hudson. That's what I'm gonna do actually. Linderbaum, positional value obviously for a center, not very high, but I mean Linderbaum has just been awesome. I think he has a 93 PFF grade. I'm a big analytics and PFF guy. I trust PFF. I mean they watch every play of every player. I trust them. I trust their grades. And I mean, from what I've seen of Tyler Linderbaum, I mean, he is just unstoppable at the center position. Next up, Steelers. Steelers are not going to draft a quarterback this year. I don't think this isn't the year. I already said for quarterback. And I mean, I don't think the Steelers want a rookie. From what I've heard, so I think they address O line here. Uh, who that offensive lineman is, I don't know. Could be Trevor Penning. Uh, this is kind of a tricky pick. I do like Trevor Penning a lot. Who else is on the board though? Who else is available? Let's look at some tackles. I think definitely their biggest need, other than quarterback, is O line. Um, and I feel like if you're the Steelers, you're willing to reach on that just because it's such a pressing need. Um, so I don't mind going Penning with this pick. He also just really seems like a Pittsburgh Steelers guy, if you know what I mean. If that makes any sense, it's just kind of like a feeling, you know. So I'm gonna go Trevor Penning here. Next up is the Ravens. This is kind of where I could see Jordan Davis going. Uh, I could also see them taking a linebacker to pair up with Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen has not been the best this year. Um, he's had some problems in pass coverage. I think putting Devin Lloyd next to him, definitely help. They do have LJ Fort, who is kind of wishy washy, but I do kind of want to go Devin Lloyd here, but I think I'm going to go Jordan Davis. I feel like that's just a good pick for them. Terrific nose. I think he'll fit that defense well. Next up is the Vikings. This one's kind of tricky. Well, not really. I could definitely see them going corner this year. I feel like Vikings are always just drafting corners. Uh, and the best corner on the board is Ahmad Gardner. So I'm going to go Ahmad Gardner. Next up is we have the Buffalo Bills. Now, this one I definitely want to go offensive line here. That run game has been terrible. You could also go running back, I guess, if you wanted to, but it's a little too high for any of the running backs. Um, I think they are in a spot where they can reach for a guy. Maybe not. Maybe let's look at interior line. Zion Johnson's here. Sean Ryan. I don't know why they have him at 47. I have Sean Ryan a lot higher than that, higher than Darian Kennard. So I'm gonna go with him. Sean Ryan. What I value most about offensive linemen is flexibility, and Sean Ryan has had snaps at tackle, guard. Um, he's done pretty well at both. I like watching Sean Ryan. I just like that flexibility. That's why I'm so high on Icky as well. Just because, I mean, at worst, what you're getting with Icky is a sick guard. At best, is a top tier tackle. So, I mean, you really can't go wrong with Icky. But Sean Ryan is also pretty high for me. Pretty high on my boards, I should say. Dolphins. I don't know why people go receiver with this spot when I think they have much more pressing needs than that. They went Jalen Phillips, who I was very high on last year in the first round, but I also would not mind going edge for them again. Uh, let's just take a look at who's here. There's Jermaine Johnson, Kingsley, and Nick Barry is here, who is incredibly low on this for whatever reason. Kingsley and Nick Barry is like my fourth or fifth highest edge. So I'm gonna go with him actually here. I think pairing him up. I mean that Dolphins defense has not performed well this year, um, like they should be. And then I think Kingsley and Nick Barry provides great size and strength on the edge. Uh, that they that kind of like counters a guy like Jalen Phillips, who's very lengthy and disruptive in the run game. Next up is the Chargers. I also want to go edge here. Jermaine Johnson might be the guy. He's jumped up on a lot of draft boards. I really like him. Not more than Kingsley and Nigbari, but more than the guy like Majai Sanders or Trevon Walker even. Trevon Walker doesn't really play it edge. He kind of... Trevon Walker's kind of weird. But I'm going to go Jermaine Johnson here. Just pair a guy up with Joey Bosa. I mean, that's pretty freaking good. Next up is the Eagles. I'm going Devin Lloyd. Eagles have maybe the worst linebacking core I've ever seen in my life. Devin Lloyd is going to be an awesome will backer. Very athletic. Can go side to side. So yeah, Lions up next. I don't want to go quarterback. Who's here actually for quarterback? No, I don't like any of these quarterbacks. Receiver is another big need for them. I would not mind going Jameson Williams or Treylon Burks with this pick. They've fallen pretty far down in this draft, so I think, getting Jameson Williams at 24 is kind of a steal. Next up is the Bengals. They got to protect Burrow, but the thing is there's not a lot of good linemen here. It's a little early to take a lot of these linemen. They're going to lose a lot of their guys, their secondary next year. I mean, Woodsgay's played great this year. Other than that, it's kind of been lackluster secondary play. Don't mind going for one of these corners. Like Kyer Elam still on the board. I don't like Kyer Elam all that much. I do like McCreary and McDuffie a lot. I like McCreary a little bit more. Great man corner, great speed. I think he fits that system well. So yeah, next up, Titans. I'm going Malik Willis. I have been mocking this. I saw it in one mock draft, and ever since I've seen it, I've just been obsessed with that pick. Uh, I mean, just the thought of Malik Willis and Derrick Henry in the same backfield kind of just excites me. And plus, you're going to have like 2 more good years with Ryan Tannehill. So, that's the perfect amount of time. Malik Willis is a very developmental guy. He's very inconsistent. He's raw athlete, great arm, a little bit of a slow release, but that I feel like he's just a great fit for that Titans team. Who no longer has Arthur Smith, which kinda makes this pick a little weird, just because I feel like Arthur Smith could scheme Malik Willis better than whoever their offensive coordinator is right now. But just giving Malik Willis time to develop under a great quarterback under a good quarterback like Ryan Tannehill, just give him time to. This is kind of like the Trey Lance guy, just he needs time. Next up is the Cardinals. I kind of want to go corner here. just get a guy opposite of Byron Murphy, who's been playing terrifically this season. This is, I think, Kaiir Elam. Now, Kaiir Elam, not the fastest guy, but he just has great length. I think he can counter Byron Murphy pretty well. So I'm going to go him here. Um, Buccaneers is, they are going to lose. They're not losing Antonio Brown, apparently. From, I guess, they said they're going to extend him like a couple days ago. Um, but they probably are going to be without Chris Godwin next year. So you have Olave and Traylon Burks on the board right now. You could go either way. I like Traylon Burks a little bit more. And then I'm going to go Chris Olave with this next pick, actually. I'm going to go back-to-back receivers. I feel like Chris Olave is just like or just like any receiver, really, just like the exclamation point that the Patriots can put on that offense right now. That's like kind of their only need is like a true number one, because they just got like a bunch of number like 3 guys right now. Uh, no hate to Kendrick Bourne, obviously played for my Niners. Had a lot of great moments with that guy. Next up is Dallas. I've done Daxton Hill a lot to them. I've kind of liked that. I don't think they need edge though. That's kind of an odd need based on how Micah Parsons has been playing. So I'm gonna go Daxton Hill. I like Daxton Hill. Uh, I like his coverage upside. I like what he could do in the run game. Uh, yeah, he should be a year 1 starter for sure. Kansas City. It says wide receivers are one need. I don't think so. I think that pass rush, they need an edge. They need an edge, and that guy's gonna be Trevon Walker. I mean, Chris Jones has been having to play edge. Frank Clark has picked it up a little bit, but I mean, with a guy like Frank Clark, who's very streaky and wishy-washy, I mean, you want a guy like Trevon Walker, who's very strong, uh, plays interior as well, has a lot of flexibility on the D line. You want a guy like him, opposite on the opposite side. I mean, that defense has played a lot better as of late, but I still think Trevon Walker can help a lot. This was the Packers pick now. At the beginning of the year, I went secondary for them a lot, but their secondary has been playing better as of late. Um, so I'm gonna go Drake London, and that is the final pick. So I didn't really get to talk about Drake London much. Drake London, the big body guy you could just chuck it up to. I think he'll be great for Jordan Love, because they're not gonna have Aaron Rodgers next year, and they're also losing Devontae Adams. So Drake London, I think, will be good for Jordan Love's development. But yeah, so if you want to look it over one more time, we have Jacksonville going Kayvon, Detroit going Hutch. I feel like this was pretty basic. Nothing really jumps out at you when you look at this mock. It's one of my more basic ones. Uh, the only really surprising pick that I made, Sean Ryan's kind of a reach. Uh, Other than that, though, I mean, Malik Willis to the Titans, that's like the only one that really jumps out at you. Uh, but yeah, this is how I think. Uh, yeah, so this is the first mock draft I'm going to be posting on the channel. If you guys like the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.